One of the biggest news stories I think out of Pendleton this year is the oil mill. Tell everybody what happened there and where it's at now.
It's being dismantled, so everything there is being recycled. The wood, which is, I understand, most of it's white oak, is being denailed, packed up, put on pallets, shipped out, and it's been sold all over the world. So it's getting used for wood flooring and other purposes like that. Beautiful wood. It's beautiful wood. And the bricks that are there are getting reclaimed, recycled, and just about everything is trying to be recycled. So hopefully there'll be very little waste out of it. Certainly in its day, it was a big part of the community, and there's a lot of history behind it. It provided jobs for people here for a long time, but and just the way things went with farming and certain things, they just struggled to stay there, and eventually had to throw in the towel. So we're glad to see that it is coming down, because it was getting to be in such bad state of repair that it was liable to fall on somebody. We feel like, our downtown business corridor is probably going to go down Main Street. Of course, it's kind of mixed use around here anyway, so that's kind of the direction we think it'll go in. And I feel like that's going to be real important how we take care of that area down through there. We want to make sure that we have good walkability, good lighting, and we want some really good things to happen down that direction for downtown here. We've annexed in property on Highway 76 out there and 187, so we've got a lot of new businesses down there. They've come in the last several years, Quick Trip, Bojangles, Waffle House. We've got an Ingles coming to town down there, and also I believe a Zaxby's is probably coming in, maybe a Circle K convenience store. It's hard to say what will come next, but we're certainly going to grow in that area. And as well, we have a lot of new residents living out in that area. There's a lot of new houses going in. You've probably seen down there at Wren Point and Piper Glen and some of the subdivisions down there. Yeah, we've got a lot going on downtown. If you don't believe it, come up here on a Friday or Saturday night. We've become a destination for people here. And so we've got a really nice downtown. It's a real great experience here. People just love coming here, going to the restaurants, walking around, and just having a good time out here on the green and so on. So we're real proud of the downtown. We've got a good thing going here.
You talking about managed growth? I know there's a huge demand for housing everywhere. Y'all trying to manage that as well, right?
Well, yeah, we're trying to manage that to provide good opportunities for housing for people in all income levels.
Yeah, affordable housing's a real challenge.
Affordable housing's a real challenge, and especially in this day and time. So, and with housing costs rising, especially because, as you know, right now, the houses cost a lot more than they used to. And so maintaining affordable housing is a challenge, but we want to maintain affordable housing, and we want to have some high-end housing too. So we want to make sure that we have a good choice for folks that want to move here and live here, and want to have a good quality of life for people here, things that produce a good quality of life. So we're looking at a lot of things right now, like a recreation program too, and things like that. People, those are things people want. And just things that help people to have a good quality of life here. We mentioned walkability again, being able to get out and walk around, and of course public safety. We're trying to expand our police department to and make sure that when people are out in Pendleton and around, they're safe. A lot of houses going up here. At one point we had about 1,000 of them, I think, going at one time, or being planned. And so, yeah, of course, the whole area is growing, so you can see that, and there's a lot of economic development around us, as you've seen with what the county's done. The county's done a great job of bringing economic development to this region with Arthrex down the street, and then we had Ortec over here, who they actually annexed into Pendleton. So, one of the best things you can do for anybody is give them a job. So we're proud that people can have a place to work here and hopefully stay here instead of having to go somewhere to find work. We brought our Spring Jubilee back, our fall festival. We had a tree lighting the other night, which was a huge success. This place was just packed with people, and I've never seen anything quite like it. Of course, part of that too, we've had a Christmas market going on again, and that was big. It's still going on now. That was another big part of that. But in general, yeah, we're happy to have all our events back. We dedicated a park bench to two of our citizens here who had just put in a lot of effort to improve our town and worked hard to make it look better. And their name's Ed and Davey Kirkley. We have an organization called Pendleton Pride in Motion, but if you wanted to see Pendleton Pride in Motion, all you had to do was just look around and see what those folks were doing, because they worked hard. And really, at the end of the day, that's what makes Pendleton special, is the people we have here. We got a lot of good people here that volunteer and jump in and pitch in and work, and they have a lot of pride in their town, try to make it better, and makes my job really easy.
Well, we're at the end of the year, looking ahead the next first quarter of 2022. Do you got any plans? You and council making plans and vision casting here?
Oh yeah, well, we've got 2 new council members on there now, and our other 2 that went off, they were there for 16 years, did a great job. Couldn't ask for better. Worked hard for us, and Bruce Calley was one of them, and Denise Jackson, and they did a great job on council for years. So we have 2 new ones. We have Lynn Merchant, who replaced Bruce Calley, and then we have Vince Galden, who replaced Denise Jackson. So we've got 2 new on there, and they're jumping right in there with it, and they're doing a great job so far, I think. And they've got a lot of ideas, which I think is good. It's just great to have new ideas every now and then, and take another look at things from maybe a different perspective. So happy to have them there, and look, just looking forward to working for them. But we've already been talking about things, and one of the things here, we have the old dog house here in town. So you remember as the high school gymnasium, but that belongs to the town, and it's been sitting empty because we ran into a mold problem in it some time back, and it's had some water issues, water getting into it. So we're hoping to maybe put it back into operation if it makes sense. We're looking at doing a study to see what it would cost to put it back in operation, and just see if that's something that's feasible and something the community wants. But I think it would be something good for our recreation program, having a nice gymnasium, and we could also use it for events. But we don't know what it's going to cost, so we got to put some numbers to it first and see if we can make the numbers work, and see if we can pay for it, and see if it all makes sense. Because on any given day, we got a lot of things we want to do, but we can't necessarily do all of them, even though we want to. But as we grow, we'll have more money coming in from that, so that helps us a lot, because a lot of small towns really struggle with that, and right now we're doing pretty well from that side, so that's a good thing for us too. So we're proud to have that growth. We just got to make sure that we're careful with the growth.